Happening now, you are taking a look at that violent fight caught on camera. This was at Woodlawn High School in Baltimore County last month. Well, now a local president of the NAACP says there needs to be action to hold students accountable. This morning, community leader Pastor P.M. Smith is joining us live to weigh in on possibly what kind of action might be needed, why those demands are being called for now. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Ms. Megan.
So let's talk about what we just saw there. We watched as students were punched. They were kicked. You heard them screaming. There were tables knocked over, kids that were knocked to the ground. My first question is, how can this happen? As someone like yourself who runs a school, how is this allowed to happen?
This is what happens when the behavior of the corner comes to the school campus. It's going to come. If education is a civil rights issue, particularly for African Americans, and if Mr. Coleman is right, that a safe environment is a prerequisite to a great education, how do you make that environment safe? He asked the question, where's the staff?
Right.
In the average school, the staff is 80% female. I'm not sending my wife, I'm not sending you, I'm not sending my daughter into that crowd. Who do you have? An administrator, a teacher, a counselor, a hall monitor? You need school resource officers to enter that environment with the authority, with the experience, and with the physical ability to address that behavior. If you don't have school resource officers, there's no solution to that problem.
In the event that you would have the resource officers, would that be enough of a deterrent that maybe the fight wouldn't have even happened?
Two things. Usually the school resource officer knows the bad guys, knows the troublemakers. There was a hint of something going on or about to happen before it occurred. Right. Usually their presence, their relationships are a deterrent. And the problem I know in Baltimore City is in the last 7 years, they cut the budget in half. In the last 7 years, there were 175 school resource officers, and now they're 75.
And that's what I was going to tell you. Often they have them, but they're moving school to school. You think they need to be at one school all day long?
They need to be there, a part of the staff. Remember, he asked the question, where's the staff? No, you don't send a hall monitor in that. You send a police, a school resource officer, and I say again, the authority, the physical ability, and the experience to address that behavior.
And be able to do that. How important is it that this local NAACP leader said something and voiced some concern here?
He's right to do so. Again, the civil rights issue for this century, particularly for African Americans, and that's who you saw there, right? African Americans, is education. If our young people don't get an education, that failure of education is the pipeline to prison.
Pastor Smith, we appreciate you weighing in. Thank you, and hopefully this does bring some change.
Resource officers.